Now there's 4 teams we are going to be testing with today: Crystal Palace, AS Monaco, Leicester City and Borussia Dortmund. This tactic comes from FM Arena and I've linked it in the description down below for you as well. Now as we're on the Borussia Dortmund page, let's see how we did perform with it. And we finished 3rd in the Bundesliga. It's not the best. I think their media prediction is to finish in 2nd place. 18 wins, 7 draws, 9 losses, a plus 33 goal difference, which does match top place Bayern, but 61 points, which isn't fantastic. Guirassy and Sesko topping the charts with Harry Kane. We're not involved with the goal scored. Sane, Silas and Frimpong are all in the top 3 of the average rating. None of our players have made it into any of these except for the yellow cards with Schlotterbeck as well. Looking at the stats, we did actually score the most goals in the Bundesliga, 67 across the season, 6 of those coming from corners, with the most shots in the league as well, with the 4th fewest shots against. Pass completion, we're not involved, nor with possession either, nor with the tackles, but 2nd for dribbles made, and 5th for most clean sheets with 12, and 3rd joint fewest conceded with 34 across the season. Bayern, by the looks of it, had a fantastic season with this test. In the competitions then, we were knocked out in the Champions League quarter-final by Real Madrid, and also lost in the DFB Pokal in the 3rd round to Kaiserslautern, which, yeah, not the best if we are being honest with this. Looking at the schedule for the Bundesliga, how did we perform? And too many losses early on probably hindered our season here. We beat Köln 3-0, 3-0 against Heidenheim and a 3-0 against Wolfsburg, but we lost to Hoffenheim, Freiburg and Bochum as well. A good run of 3 wins, and then we actually beat Bayern 4-1, which is very nice to see. Marlin getting 2 in that one as well. We beat Leipzig 3-0, but losses to Stuttgart and Mönchengladbach have really kind of hindered us, I reckon, with this tactic going forward. Darmstadt, a 1-1 draw, should really be expecting to beat them. Bochum 3-0, we lost to Heidenheim and to Freiburg, but we also lost 4-0 to Bayern. We drew with Leipzig 3-3, beat Augsburg 5-0 and Mainz 5-1. So early impressions are, we lost to teams that we shouldn't have lost to, but how did we perform across the season with the team that we have? Selection info. Goals wise, Adeyemi got 16 and 4, Daniel Marlin 12 and 6 across the season, Sabitzer 11 and 5, with Emre Can getting 9 and 3. Not the best start if we are being honest, but yeah, a few wins are in our favour. We would have won the division easily with this one. Now into Monaco, and we finished in 2nd place, 1 place higher than our media prediction of 3rd, 25 wins, 8 draws, only 1 loss across the season, and that was to lose. And if we hadn't have lost that one, we'd have won the Ligue 1 Uber Eats division as well, 1 point away from Paris Saint-Germain. Now Ben Yedder, top goal scorer with 23, sharing that with Moffi and with Kolo Muani. Cal Henrique, 3rd with the average rating 7.59, also topped the assist charts with 17 across the season. Most player of the matches with 8, and Philip Cohn got 14 clean sheets, 2nd in the league. We're not involved in yellow cards, as you know. Big fan of not being involved with the yellow cards. Looking at the most goals, we scored 94 across the season, 2nd only to Paris Saint-Germain. We had the most shots in the league, 2nd fewest against. Pass completion, we're not there, but most possession, we are 6th in the division with 52%. Most tackles won, we're actually involved in this one as well, 5th, so very nice to see. Most dribbles made, we are 6th with 501. We had 2nd most clean sheets with 15, and we conceded the 2nd fewest with 25. So we've actually pushed Paris Saint-Germain quite far in this test as well. In other competitions, we actually won the French Cup wonderfully. We beat Nice 2-1 in the final. So we have got a trophy to our name in this one. Now, we only lost 1 all season, so how did we perform across the campaign? Any big wins? I mean, a fantastic start. 5-1 against Lens, 6-2 against Lorient, 4-1 against Rennes, 6-0 against Metz, 5-0 against Havre, 2-0 against Olympique Marseille. I mean, we drew with Paris Saint-Germain. I don't think we lost to Paris Saint-Germain. Well, we didn't, because we lost to Toulouse, which is there. A 2-3. We beat Monaco. We beat Havre 5-3. Toulouse 5-1. Paris Saint-Germain a draw at 0-0. So only 0-0s against them. If we'd have beat them in one of the tests, then obviously we would have won the league as well. 5-0, 5-1 against Lille. 4-0 against Lyon. 5-0 against Nantes to end the season. A lot of goals have been scored with this one. 27 for Ben Yedder with 3 assists. Golovin 18 and 9, Zakaria 14 and 6, with Mohamed Kamara getting 10 and 5 for the team as well. Wonderful, especially to win the French Cup. Very nice to see. Now we have Crystal Palace test, which their media prediction is finished in 11th, and we finished in 9th. Nothing to shout out about here. 14 wins, 8 draws, 16 losses, 5 goal difference with 50 points on the board. Pretty standard, but at least, you know, at least we didn't get relegated with these. Edouard got 25 goals, second highest in the Premier League. None of our players have made it into any of the ratings except for Joel Ward with the yellow cards. So for a Crystal Palace team, we scored the 3rd most amount of goals in the division with 76. 6th most shots, and the 7th fewest shots for as well. So I think our league position, it doesn't really represent how we have played as a team here. We're not involved in the passes or the possession, nor the tackles, nor the dribbles made, nor the clean sheets, nor the fewest conceded as well. So clearly our defence has let us down in this test here. Knocked out in the 5th round of the English FA Cup to Liverpool, and knocked out in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup to Everton as well. So we did lose quite a few, and I'm interested to see how many we did lose by. But when we did win big. 5-1 against Wolves, 5-0 against Sheffield United. Losing to the odd goal here against Brighton and Aston Villa. 2-0 against Brentford, but we did beat Arsenal 2-0. We drew 1-1 with Liverpool, and we beat Chelsea 2-1 as well. We lost 3-1 to Man City, but beat Tottenham 3-2. A 6-1 against Fulham, followed up by 5-3 against Burnley. So, I mean, look at this run of form here towards the last end of the season. Not sure what happened. Did anyone get injured? I don't know. But 5-5s against Brighton, draw against Forest. But then we lost 5 in the bounce. Not good. And what you know about Football Manager is it is a momentum game. If you run out of momentum, then you're in trouble. We lost 6-5 to Bournemouth. Absolutely crazy games here. But I think, yeah, from looking at how our team did perform in the stats, I don't think the league table does show correctly there. Edouard, 26 goals and 1 assist. Fantastic campaign for him. Decore 7 and 6, and Lerma 6 and 10. We can see here that the lack of attacking players to help out with Edouard has really cost us here with our Crystal Palace save. And I really think that with a better team, we easily could have gone into 7th with this. It was only we're 15 points away, but a lot of the losses could have been avoided by the look of it. Lastly, into Leicester. How do we perform? We finished 2nd, promotion through the automatics here. 31 wins, 7 draws, 8 losses, 100 points, losing out to Ipswich, who got 102 points. Now, we're not involved in the goals for this one, but Mavi Didi got the top average rating with 7.41. Chowdhury and Justin topping the bookings for us, with Mavi Didi getting 2nd for player of the matches as well. So the team overview, we scored the most goals in the league, 114 scored, with the most shots for again, 779, which is 160 more than 2nd place Southampton. We also had the 2nd fewest shots against us, so with the championship, with a better team, it's kind of showing that it definitely does help having a good defence as well as the attack here. So good stats for the defensive here. Best pass completion, we're not involved, but 7th for possession with 54%. We're not involved in the most tackles or the dribbles made. Clean sheets, we are 7th with 14 across the season, and 4th fewest conceded with 56. So kind of what we can see is the team doesn't dribble. If you have a good defence, then it is good at stopping the shots coming in. Other competitions, quarter-final both in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, losing to Manchester City and to Arsenal. Now with the schedule, with the Championship, I mean, a fantastic start to life. 5-2 against Coventry, 2-0 against Cardiff, 4-2 against Rotherham, 3-1 against Hull. We did lose to Southampton 2-1, but beat Norwich 6-1. Preston 5-2, 3-0 against Sunderland, 4-1 against Watford. I mean, December was quite action-packed, with 1 loss, 2 draws, but 4 wins as well. A 3-2 against Plymouth, 3-2 against Rotherham, 2-0 against Huddersfield into January, and we lost 4 games towards the latter half, which did cost us the title here. Some big wins, 5-3 against Middlesbrough, 4-1 against Watford, 4-2 against Birmingham City, a 3-0 against West Brom, a 4-1 against Preston, and a 3-0 against Blackburn as well. 24 goals, 12 assists for Mavi Divi. Daka got 20 goals and 4 assists. Tom Cannon 13 and 3. NDD got in 9 and 9 as well. So overall, not a bad tactic this one, especially looking at the teams that we did use. The tactic is a 4-3-3 Tailwind with a roaming playmaker, version 3.2, a sweeper keeper on defend with tackle harder, 2 fullbacks on attack with take more risks, cross from the byline, cut inside with the ball, stay wider and to tackle harder, 2 ball playing defenders with dribble more and to tackle harder here. Double Segundo Volante on the right and on the left with take more risks, move into the channels and to tackle harder, roaming playmaker on support with tackle harder as well. 2 inside forwards with hold up ball, sit narrow and to tackle harder, with the advance forward as to take more risks and to tackle harder as well on attack. It is an attacking mentality, which is why you do need a better defence if you are going to use this tactic. In possession, narrow attacking width system with the inside forwards, you can kind of see why everyone's trying to get into the middle of the park here. Pass into space, we focus on the left and the right. Now the pass into space, I don't like this if you have a narrow formation because it's going to get congested in here, but that is one thing I probably would turn off. Shorter passing directness with a higher tempo as well. Low crosses in the final third with run at the defence. In the transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, roll it out. Now if you're going to roll it out, I probably would have selected one of these to roll out for the goalkeeper. But out of possession, high line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, much more often trigger the press with prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, invite crosses. Again, you make sure you have a better defence if you do use this tactic. All in all, a pretty decent tactic here from Abel Asano. The Dortmund result didn't really live up to expectations, so did the Palace one, but especially looking at Leicester and with Monaco, if you have a good defence in comparison to your league, definitely give this one a go. I have linked it in the description down below. And if you made it this far, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.